What terrifying threat could make a woman run for her life in such desperation? Behind her, a ruthless killer was closing in fast. But what made it even more horrifying was that this 200-pound assassin could actually walk on water. The woman swam frantically for 3 minutes, pushing herself to the limit. Her lungs were burning, nearly out of oxygen. Just as she surfaced to catch her breath, the killer's boot came crashing down, forcing her back under. Fighting for survival, she had no choice but to keep swimming desperately forward. But the killer barely glanced around before spotting exactly where she was. He strode over quickly. When the woman finally couldn't hold out any longer, he grabbed her by the collar and shoved her back into the water. Before she could even react, the killer hoisted her high into the air. In that critical moment, the woman fought back with everything she had. The intense pain made the killer cry out in agony. He hurled her away with tremendous force, then removed the heavy iron chains from his body and began launching vicious attacks into the water. What the killer didn't expect was that the woman's quick reflexes would allow her to dodge his deadly strikes again and again. But her strength was fading fast. Suddenly, she realized something. In the next instant, the woman stripped off her outer clothing and let it float on the surface. The killer, thinking it was her, began savagely beating the floating garment. Seizing her chance, the woman grabbed hold of the iron chain. No matter how hard the killer pulled, she refused to let go. Then, using the momentum from the killer's thrashing movements, she nimbly leaped onto his head. She quickly wrapped the chain around his neck and executed a backward flip, dragging the killer down into the water. The killer's supernatural power instantly vanished. Before long, he sank to the bottom forever. The woman dragged her exhausted body toward shore, unaware that an even more terrifying threat was about to arrive.